how do you become financially independent? Let's talk about that. So I've committed my life to giving you a narrative and a new conversation about money in your household. Many of you aren't leaning in enough. So let's talk about how you become financially independent. First of all, what does it mean? We're going to refer back to the Millionaire Maker book. If you go to the show notes, I'm going to give you a free copy. Read up to chapter 3. Do a gap analysis. Send it into our team. We'll have a one-on-one session looking for the gaps, finding the problems that we see, and then how we can be the solution and help offer that as the next step. So first, we're going to describe what is financial independence really for you. The next, we're going to describe how the wealth cycle framework moves you through the process. Most of you have a lifestyle cycle, not a wealth cycle. And then third, the 3 ways to accelerate your steps forward. So let's start with what's the definition of financial independence. That varies for everyone, but in general, the big theme is when your assets that are invested create enough passive income that you don't have to work for active income. Now, even in that process, whether it's the Millionaire Maker, whether it's my Wealth Cycle investing book, I want you to keep creating active income. To lay down your active income and hope you can just kind of spin your assets into better and better passive income. It's a wish and a prayer unless you actually have that tool belt of how do you create active income. The clients that come to us that have jobs most of their life, they've never been an entrepreneur, getting to that freedom day gets a little challenging because most of their assets are where? In a 401k they can't activate until later years. So it's about active income, creating an investment. So you go, right, make money, invest money. That is your path to financial freedom. And then how big that gets is up to you. So by true definition, I would say financial freedom, take $1 million because some people say, well, I want to be a millionaire. All right. So if you had $1 million liquid, meaning it's all invested, and your average return is 12%. That means it's $120,000 a year. Divide by 12, that's $10,000 a month. So I want you just to use that as a frame of reference. For every million you say you want, right, 10,000 is just a gauge. Now, I just had a financial review of all of the things that I have in my folios, and I'm doing about 22 to 25%. Why? Because the market's on fire. The energy sector is going crazy. Land and water going crazy. Tech, not so much. You got to focus on what the administration's focused on and why the stocks are moving. So I want you to really think, what's your financial independence? Is it really $10,000 a month? Can you really live on that? Or is it 20? And as you get older, do you really want to have what I call the bell curve, where you're going to make a whole bunch of money your whole life and then continue to make less, especially those of you that think you're going to live on Social Security or a pension? You're going to go from a lot of income to hardly any. And if that a lot of income period, that spike, that high income era for you is not invested properly, you're not done. The game doesn't get over. So the reason I do this channel is for common sense. So while you're here, I do want you to subscribe to my channel, click the notification button, have these videos come in every morning. And right now, I'd love you to share this channel with 10 other people that you talk to about money, about business, about investing, and have them get into this conversation, because it's really difficult for you to try to transfer my knowledge base in this massive channel of content to some of your friends. Have them watch some videos and then have a debrief about what did you learn? What are you going to do? What's your understanding? So inside the book, again, you really want to start looking at what is your freedom day. And in the Millionaire Maker that we just gave you, it'll give you some other formulas where you can start looking at what does it really take for you to have the life you want, and you have enough assets to cover those expenses. In the wealth cycle, I'm going to talk about a cash machine. Like I just said, active income, which is a cash machine in our words. We don't say go start a small business, because most small businesses fail. I call it a cash machine. I like the visual of cash just consistently coming out. You can turn it on, you can turn it down, you can do whatever you want with it. But a cash machine is an operating company that allows you the broadest deductions of the greatest tax code in the world. So now you're going to make a bunch of money, and instead of paying all the bills personally, which is what a lot of you do, your bills are paid by corporate deductions, which are legal with the IRS. Part of the rules of getting to your financial independence day is paying yourself first. Now, how does that work when you have a company? You have an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp. You're not going to pay yourself like back into your personal account, or you create a taxable event. So what you're going to do is you're going to create extra investment accounts inside these companies. So any extra money is invested right away with no taxation to it, and you're going to grow it. So I have 2 of the companies that I have that make a lot. Invest, go straight into iFlip, which I'm going to give you the iFlip link. And It's how we invest into the market, we meaning our community, because it's AI driven, number one. It's one of the first AI platforms. We outperform Robinhood all day long on every NASDAQ award year. We win, they don't, because we actually protect the investor and we really mitigate the risk. So check that out, put some money to work over there. And then your company would own one of, like say, an iFlip account. So say your company and your iFlip account. So any extra money you're investing. And you say, well, what am I going to do with that investable money? You can keep it in iFlip, or as it grows, say 25, 50, 100,000, you may want to be a bank. Now you take some of that money and you lend it over to an LLC and go buy a different asset, go buy assisted living, go buy an RV park, go buy something else, a franchise, whatever you want to buy with that. So basically the active money is starting to fund what will become passive money into your investments. As best you can, let the assets and its principal grow and reinvest it all and leave that as the machine that's creating your wealth while you, the entrepreneur, is creating the cash. So you're creating the cash, and as much as you can, you're putting it into new assets, new assets, new assets. You do that consistently. 3 to 5 years, you're easily a millionaire. You do that for 10, 15, 20, you're a multimillionaire, and you have the financial independence because you have 3 million, 5 million, whatever kind of money you have invested properly. At 5 million, you're at 50,000 a month. And that, from what I've seen, most people can live on. So I want to go into the 3 moves. What are the 3 moves that accelerate all of this? So number one, I would create multiple streams of income around a core cash machine income. So for example, we here at Integrated Wealth, our core is tuition, our core is education, and then there are ancillary revenue streams, right? So for example, we'll do rapid marketing systems and help you get your whole marketing set up. For example, we'll help you get a trust, we'll help you set other broader things. So it's all in the same category, but it's more money in one. You want to start thinking about reducing that gap. So what you have and what you want, right? Your baseline to your freedom day needs to start, marrying up. And then what's going to happen realistically for those of you that are highly motivated and really have a big goal is you're going to go again. You're going to have a new baseline, new freedom day, new baseline, new freedom day. And at some point you can say, I'm going to transition out and I want to be more passive and have that financial independence that you've been seeking. But most of you, your blueprint's wrong. Your roadmap, you don't have one. Most people's roadmap is work, spend, and then put a tiny bit away and hope it's going to work. And I just onboarded some clients today. Great incomes, hardly any assets. That means they're putting all their money back in their business or they're overspending it on lifestyle. So I'm a huge fan of assets first, then you get a lifestyle. You don't get it the other way around. Inside of all of this, what I call the invisible pain is do not overpay tax. We have the greatest tax teams that surround us, and we are going to help you make sure you keep your tax bill as low as possible, keep your income as high, and start investing in better assets. So you do that all with the team, we'll make you a millionaire in 3 to 5 years. So if you have any questions, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request. We'll be back tomorrow.